Welcome back, everyone. I'm so glad to see you all here again. The last few weeks, we've been learning about Solomon and his wisdom from God. This week, we're going to continue with King Solomon and his next steps as a really great king. But before we do that, we need to look back at a guy named Moses. You know, long before Solomon was born, when Moses led the people of Israel out of Egypt and out of slavery, they made a covenant or an agreement with God. God told them, if you listen to me completely and keep this agreement that we made, then out of all places and all people, you will be my favorite possession. Even though everything is mine, you are going to be a holy nation. Moses wrote down all of the commandments and the laws that God gave them. And when he read them to the rest of his people, the elders all agreed, and they said that we will do anything the Lord has asked us to. Then the Lord gave Moses very special instructions for building a very special box made out of gold and acacia wood to keep these laws safe. They called the box the Ark of the Covenant. It was the most important thing that the people of Israel had. It was a symbol of God's promise to them and their promise to God. For hundreds of years, the ark was kept in a tent of worship. It moved all over the lands just like the people of Israel moved. Then, when David became the king of Israel, he brought the Ark of the Covenant home to Jerusalem. He wanted to build a temple for the Lord, a permanent place that he could keep the ark. But God sent Nathan, a prophet, to give David a message. Nathan told David, "You are not the one to build the Lord a house to dwell in. He has not dwelt in a house from the day he brought Israel out of slavery. He has moved from one place to another. Whenever he moved with all the Israelites, did he ever tell any of them to build him a permanent house? He will raise up one of your children to succeed you." So he's going to raise one of David's own sons to establish a kingdom. He is the one who will build a house for the Lord, and the Lord will establish his throne forever. David didn't build God's temple, but he prayed and prayed and prayed and asked the Lord how it should be done. And God answered David's prayers. The Spirit of God showed David exactly how the temple should be built. And David wrote down all of these important plans. David started collecting things, special woods and stones and valuable metals to build this temple. And when he was old and about to die, David called his son Solomon. And he told him, "Pay attention to the God of your father and serve him with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. For the Lord searches every heart and understands every intention behind the thoughts. If you seek after him, you will find him, but do not reject him. The Lord has chosen you to build a temple as a home. Be strong and do the work. The priests and the Levites are ready for all the work of the temple of God, and every willing man that has a skill will help you. The officials and the people will obey your every command." Then Solomon began building the temple in the 4th year that he was king. Solomon followed all the plans God gave to David, and when the temple was finished, it was the most beautiful thing that had ever been built in Israel. A house for the Ark of the Covenant, you guys. Amazing, right? Things definitely go better when you have a plan. And like Solomon found out, when you follow God's plan, he can do incredible things through your life. So this story was actually about David and Solomon. King David received a plan and orders from God, and he chose to follow God's plan. Then David passed the plan on to his son, King Solomon. Solomon followed God's plan, and he is known as the wisest man ever. When you trust in God's plans, life works out. And even if you think life isn't really working out for you, you can trust that God's plan is still at work. That's all I have for you guys today. It's crazy, but it's simple. We love and we miss you guys so much. And don't forget that we start Summer Blast this week. Registration is open until Wednesday, you guys, and our first video is gonna go out on Thursday. But you need to register so that you can get the special link to all the videos. I can't wait to see you all next week for Summer Blast Superhero Edition. Bye, guys.